The man, Carroll Shelby, engineer, race driver. The car, the Shelby Mustang GT.
To build my kind of car, I had to take an existing car and modify it. I could have chosen any set of wheels I wanted. I picked Mustang. Mustang is styled right, lean and strong looking, not fat and round. And Mustang has that long list of features and options. I'll tell you, when it comes to imitations, I've seen some, but competition for the original, I haven't seen any. Only Mustang makes it happen. These aren't just words, it's a fact.
Ford has a better idea.
Hello, welcome. I believe this is the first time I've filmed in this new office, where I'm living now. Yeah, so I'm at home, so I'm not going to a car show this episode. I'm not going to Shelby American or even to see a movie at Red Rock Casino and then look for exotic cars in their valet parking area at the resort. I am working on something different that involves this box right here. So what we'll be doing is diving into what's in this box and talking about it and kind of an unboxing and so on. So my little teasers are usually shorter than this, but so with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into this episode. Hi, welcome to another episode of Gearhead Man. I'm Mark, your host, and yes, like I mentioned in the very long teaser, that I'm at home. We're going to be doing kind of an unboxing of what's in here, and what this is, it's a 1967 Ford Mustang GT500 Shelby. It's 1/6 scale, so it's going to be pretty dang big, probably around 2 foot long from bumper to bumper. And it's not going to be a quick build. It's going to be drawn out over probably the next 24 months. My understanding, each month I'll get what I call stages in this box. We're going to unbox here in a second. Is stages 1 and 2. The next box, which is coming in a few weeks, because I get one box a month, it's going to have 3 stages in it. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5. And what I'm going to do when I do my unboxing and showing the parts and the books and everything that comes with it each month, I'm going to put those stages together and you can watch me build it. And if you like what you see and you think that's something you like to, what they call it, a subscription, I'll leave the web address in the description below to this company's website. And also during the next 12 to 24 months, I'm not going to be just doing 1 car a month. I'm going to be doing 3 cars a month. 2 of the other cars are coming from their sister site called Fan Home, and I'll be building alongside with the Mustang GT500. I'm also going to be building a 1966 Batmobile from that 1966 TV series. I love that Batmobile. I grew up with that show. I watched it when it was first aired. That's how old I am. And then also we'll be working on a 1970 Dodge Charger RT, the car that Vin Diesel's character Dom Toretto drove in Fast and Furious. So we'll be building those three cars, and I can't wait, to get started on stages 1 and 2 for the Mustang. So we're going to dive in. We're going to kind of go through what came in the first box. I have a life-size poster of how big the car is. So I'm going to show that to you, show you the parts, and we're going to kind of go over each book, kind of flip through them. Because each stage has its own little book, and that book's pretty cool, and we'll go into more detail in the video, in the unboxing portion of this video, of this episode. I'm just really excited, I used to love building models, but I never built anything this big. This is 1/6 scale, and I don't think I mentioned the scale for the next two, for the Batmobile and the Dodge Charger. Those are both 1/8 scale, so they're a little tiny bit smaller. Not much, but they are. And I can't wait to get those here and start on those. Alright, let's get started on the unboxing and building. Alright, gonna get this box open here and let's see what's in it. And we'll go over everything as well. That way you can kind of feel what you're going to get if you decide to order this and subscribe. Been waiting a long time to get to this point. Hey, there's some packing material. Get that put out to the side. Take out two stage books, stage 1 and stage 2. And we'll go over those here in a few minutes. Kind of flip through them cover to cover before we get started on the build. And let's take a look at what else is in this box. Alright, we'll sit those down there. Now this will unfold into the poster. Kind of see it there a little bit. So we're going to put that back aside for now. I'm going to get the rest of the items out of the box. And then we'll go into each one individually. This is kind of promotional material, kind of explaining what's in the box and a little bit about the car. Okay, here's this is stage 2 parts, and one on my right hand is stage 1 parts. Okay, we get this box put aside. Kind of sit those out and kind of take a look at them. On the left is stage 1, on the right stage 2. Actually, we'll just put those aside. I want to open up and show you the life-size picture of how big this car is going to be once it's all complete. Some more info on the car and the build. But I really want to get this unfolded and show you folks what this is going to look like. Let's get those put aside. Let's move the parts. I'm going to move the parts to off the table for now. We'll come back to them in a second. I just want to lay this poster, kind of a poster, out. See how big that car is? Man, I think it's a little over 2 feet from bumper to bumper. Big car. Again, it's 1/6 scale, so it's 1/6 the size of the real car. Beautiful car. It's going to be a beautiful model when it's all complete. Can't wait to get started. So let's go ahead and put this poster away and dive more into the parts for stage 1 and stage 2. Now if I can fold it the right way, get it put back. Beautiful car. Closest I'm ever going to get to owning a 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500. And we'll put that aside. Let's get out to the books. Let's go over stage 1 book. There's the history of the Mustang. Let me apologize for my head getting in a shot from time to time. The camera's above me, of course. I'm shooting with my GoPro. And the instructions are really detailed, you know. There's no way you can go wrong. If you do something wrong, it's because you either didn't read or understand the instructions. That's why I suggest if you do decide to do this, when you get your first box, I would open it right away. I would pull out both stage 1 and stage 2 and kind of sit down and kind of go over the cover to cover. I was about to say bumper to bumper, but cover to cover. And this is stage 2 booklet. Same thing. Starts off with history of the car, some history of some Ford cars of the time. A little bit about Shelby, Carroll Shelby, Shelby American. Because if you're a gearhead, man, you're going to find all this bonus information in these books, these stage books that you get for each stage, are very interesting and informative. Okay, let's get the parts back out here. Okay, that's stage 1. It's kind of the front bumper clip of the car. I guess that's what you call them nowadays. It's a clip. And what we're going to be doing is installing the turn signals left and right and the license plate. And this comes with everything you need, even so once I get the right side up there. And it comes with a screwdriver, comes with everything you need. You don't need to look for anything. But I wasn't sure if it was magnetic screwdrivers, so I purchased a set of screwdrivers that are magnetic. Turns out this screwdriver is magnetic. So if you have screwdrivers already, you can use them, or you can use the one that comes with the kit. And, stage 2 is putting together one tire, the inner tire, the front and back of the rim. Comes with all the screws you need, and extra screws. You only need 2 of the black screws to screw on the license plate. Comes with 3. And you only need 5 screws, I believe it's 5, to put the rim together once it's in the tire. And it comes with 1 extra screw. I think we're ready to start opening these packages and start building stage 1 and stage 2. Stage 1 and stage 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. And you can kind of get an idea how big this is going to be by when you saw the size of that tire and the size of that front clip. And that's solid metal, man. It's pretty heavy. Take my word for it. Now I got everything laid out in this little tray. I got the parts for the turn signals. And in the little tray, I'm going to put the screws, because they're magnetic trays, and the metal parts will stay in the tray. Now the sleeve of the holder for the turn signal just slides right in there. There's a tab on it, and there's a notch, so you can get that tab in the notch so it puts in the sleeve in the right position. And then you can drop in the lens and then put the turn signal holder, screw that on. It's 2 screws for each side, left and right. And we're starting on the left side. Careful with these screws, man. They're slippery little suckers. And, man, it'd be hard to find. That's why I like the white work surface. Now, you probably can tell I'm doing kind of voiceover work. I originally tried to record this while I was working with a lapel mic that I had, a wireless lapel mic, but something went wrong. I didn't notice until I was all done filming that I didn't have any audio, so I'm kind of doing voiceover work now. When I do the next 3 stages, 3, 4, and 5, I had that problem fixed, and I can, narrate or talk as I put everything together. I think it'll be a little better that way. And I had a little trouble, as you can see here, because this doesn't really, when you turn it over, the grill or the front part of the car, it doesn't really sit flat. So it will move on you. You just got to make sure you hold on with one hand as you get ready to put in the screws with the other hand. And while I was sorting the parts, whatever side I'm working on, I just had those on my little tray. For the other side, I had toward the top of the table. That's what you saw me moving from the top to the tray, because I'm ready to put together the right side now. Same thing, it's got to find that little notch, light the tab up with a notch. It sits in there the correct angle. Then you just pop in the lens, and then the holder. Screw down the holder. Again, 2 screws left and right. 2 screws to the left, 2 screws to the right. And you do have 5 screws. 4 you need, you got a 5th one. Now when you put the wheel together, there's 5 screws for that, and you get 6. And I believe when this is all done, it's going to have working lights. And I'm glad they break the parts up into different stages, so that way it's not overwhelming. Once a month, be putting together parts. But since I'm working on 3 cars, I'm going to be doing it probably 3 out of the 4 weeks in the month. So I'll be putting together 3 parts for 3 cars every month. And even on the lens, there's a notch on the lens for how it's supposed to go into the holder. It's kind of frustrating. Just as you get part lined up, you sit it down, it falls over, and what you had set up, since there's no screws in it, it falls over, and you have to dig out the parts and set them back up again. Now, I was putting together the left side. There were, like I said, I had an extra screw. I did drop a screw, so I kept working because I had enough screws to finish, and then I dropped the second screw. And I finished putting it together off camera, well, after I found the screw. And now we're going to put together the one tire we have. The hard part really is getting those two inner spacers. They're kind of spacers. They keep the tire, add extra weight to the tire, and help the tire keep its shape. So when they only go in one way, there's no left or right. First half is easy to get in. The second half is a little challenging. Get that in there. And it takes a little bit. You got to stretch the tire a little bit. What you could do if you're going to be working on this is get some hot water, heat up the tire, and once the rubber gets warm, it's easy to stretch and becomes more pliable, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And you can stretch it a little easier to get the other half of that spacer in the tire. But I was a little bit of muscle work. I was able to get that second half in the tire. You just got to move the end so it's flush with the other half at the bottom, and that way there's enough room at top to get it pushed into the tire and seated. It's a little frustrating wrestling with that tire, so I probably should have heated it up. When I do the other three, I'm probably going to other five, because there's 5 tires. There's 4 on the car and 1 in the trunk. So I'll heat those up as I build those other additional tires later on in the build. You can see how I'm struggling with it here. Get it in. I'm going to work on my camera placement too, so my big head doesn't get in the way, so you can actually see what I'm doing. Hey, finally got it. Now with the front half of the rim, you got to put in the valve stem. Push that in through the back side. You have some um, lug studs. You got to push in from the back as well. And there's two clips you got to push in to lock those two halves together. Those are pretty easy to get in. Now I'm putting in the valve stem. And there's only, when you put the two halves, the front half of the rim and the back half of the rim, there's a notch on top and a notch on bottom, and there's a tab top and bottom on each half of the rim. And they only go in one of two ways. Now, this was the hardest part I had putting this tire together. It was getting those tabs falling to the line up with the notches, front and back, and then being seated correctly enough so I could squeeze the rims close enough together to put the screws in. Now the rims, the rim parts front and back are also die cast metal. Now it's going to be a point where I stop filming because I'm having trouble getting to line up. And then once I did get them finally line up on one screw to seat, I forgot to start the camera again, and I won't have any footage of me putting the 5 screws in. Sorry about that. It won't happen again. And at one point, during the point when I stopped filming, I got so frustrated I just had to stop working on it and take a quick break. And once I sat back down after about 15-20 minutes away from it, I was able to get it all put together and screwed down. I just couldn't get these rims halves close enough together for the screws to take. All you have to do is just get one to go in and screw into the other half of the rim and get it one part, at least one screw secured, and they all would just fall in. It was, boom, it was done within minutes. So don't get frustrated if you build this car. And if you have just a little bit better vision than me, you'll be able to look through the other side when you're pushing that, lining up that rim half, and you're looking through the back side of the tire, using the front piece first, the front half of the rim first. You can see the tabs line up and go into the slots, the notches. And it's pretty easy to get the other half in and screwed down. Okay, we'll skip to the end. Both put together. Both parts, stage 1 and stage 2, are all assembled. That piece was just a little hub center with the Shelby logo on it that goes in the wheel. It just sits in there for now until you get to the point where it's going to actually snap onto the hub. Everything's done, license plates on, turn signals left and right are put in, the tire and rims are all put together. And stage 1 and stage 2 are complete. Just need to move on, wait for the other stages to come in, and keep moving forward with the build. I know if you guys out there decide to build this, you won't struggle with this tire as much as I did. I know it. but I got through it. Looks pretty cool so far. And my understanding, there will be a binder that comes to keep all your magazines. I guess we call them magazines for all the different stages. Build book. All right, that brings the end of this episode. Yeah, there were some few struggles. A couple missed video moments because as I paused the video and went to go back to building because I had some hiccups and I dropped a couple screws and so on. At one point I forgot to start the camera again. That's my bad, I'm sorry, but I'll do better going forward. And you saw what I got done so far. That's pretty cool. So hopefully, let me know in the comments below what you think so far. I'm not sure when I'm going to air these. I'm not going to be on Sunday because Sunday is going to be my main episodes. I'm thinking like Wednesday, airing these episodes on the Wednesday, middle of the week. That way, in a few days later, you get the main episode on Sunday. If you have any questions, leave the comments. I'm always read the comments and I always respond back. And I just thank you for watching. I definitely thank you for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please, 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 it doesn't cost anything. I know I say that a lot. But just hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the bell icon. That way you get a notification every time when these new episodes post. And I'm thinking about doing some other things as well during the week airing. So definitely, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon for notifications. Share it, like it. Likes is how I know what I'm doing and how I'm doing. Subscribers, the more subscribers I get, the more I'll have access to things I can't get right now, because a lot of the things I want to go to or cover, they won't let me in because they tell me I don't have enough subscribers or enough watch time. But that's not on you guys. I just, what we can do, let's just grow this thing together and keep moving forward, as Walt Disney would say. All right, thanks again. We'll see you folks next episode.